Hello, and welcome to our reviews. Today we'll be reviewing the Mezco Heroes Series 1 Sylar. So, yes, I've had these for quite some time, from back whenever Heroes was still relevant. Still hate NBC for cancelling it, but whatever. So I have Sylar, and I also have Hiro Nakamura, and he'll be going up tomorrow. But, yeah, I always thought that Sylar was, the coolest character from Heroes. I think a lot of people probably had that same opinion. The Heroes figures that were made by Mezco were pretty nice. They weren't perfect or anything, but they're pretty good. Unfortunately, whenever the show got canceled, the line got canceled, and they already had 2 series already determined as to what they were going to make. And they were going to also make Gabriel Gray, which I would have gotten. And, yeah, so those got canceled whenever the show got canceled, and therefore I didn't get any of them. And also, I ended up just not getting any more of these because they canceled the line in the show and it irritated me. But I may get the rest of them at some point as they're really, really cheap. But anyway, let's zoom in for the articulation, detail, scope, paint, all those sorts of things on Sylar. Alright, here we have Sylar. As you can see, he has a head up here, which we will zoom in on in a minute. He has a black coat with a black shirt underneath it. The bottom down here is a bit of a rubbery material. He has 2 hands right now. One of them is in an opening position to hold something, although he comes with nothing to hold in. And this one over here is in his brain sawing open position. Black pants, black shoes, lots of black, in other words. He's got his hood over here on the back of the coat. That is pretty much the extent of his outfit. Zoom in on his head really quickly. Alright, here you have his head. It looks vaguely like Zachary Quinto. It's not perfect, but I feel like you could certainly tell who it was supposed to be, and it's not just hideous or anything. So, yeah, not too bad on the head sculpt. Looks pretty decent. A little bit of paint shading in the hair, although it doesn't look especially great. So, yeah, not too bad on the sculpt work. Certainly wouldn't fault them for it or anything like that. Zoom out and look at the articulation really quick. Alright, articulation on this guy is not half bad. His head is on a pretty nice ball peg, which will go in pretty much every direction and go all the way around. Shoulders are on ball joints, going in and out, forward and back, bicep cut. Single jointed elbow that moves pretty decently. Wrist cuts. Unfortunately, his hip joints are those kind that are just cuts and go out the silly angle. But he does have single jointed knees and hinges down here at the foot. So, if he had decent hip joints, he would actually be pretty good. And he's not half bad as he is. So, yeah. Let's look at his extra hand really quickly, and then we'll look at his accessories. Alright, his extra hand here is an open hand, as you might can see, even though they are transparent, has little shards of glass coming out of it on little transparent rods. You can see it a little bit better that way. There was a point where Sylar used his telekinesis to pick up some glass and throw it at Peter Petrelli, I believe. So, it has canonness to it, but it seems like an odd accessory. Just sort of a one-time only thing to throw glass at someone. And it's not like his power is to magically summon and throw glass. But, yeah, can't really complain about extra accessories, so it's not too bad. Let's look at his other things. Sylar comes with a brain. It's very nice details. It's pink and it has shaded lines in between it. Looks like a brain. Probably about the right size as well. Really all I can say. It's just a brain. And Sylar comes with this nice black hat, which he wore in the first season quite often. I was actually surprised that it fit on his head very nicely. I was expecting it to look ridiculous, but it doesn't. It actually looks pretty good. And I figure if I was going to display him out of packaging, he would be wearing this hat. Let me show it to you on his head really quickly. It actually fits pretty well and doesn't look out of place or make his head look huge or anything like that. So I was pretty fond of it. Alright, that about wraps it up for all the accessories, so let's look at the packaging real quick. Alright, here is a standard packaging for the Heroes line. It has a little hole up here instead of a J-hook, so that's difference. Heroes up there at the top. Big window. Sylar down there at the bottom. You can also see there on the inside is the painting that he comes with, which is one of Isaac's paintings, and it has Sylar standing there, and this was an unfinished painting, so it's got just white at the bottom there. And on the back, see the rest of the series, which includes Sylar, Hiro Nakamura, Claire Bennett, Peter Petrelli, and Mohinder Suresh. At the moment, unfortunately, I only have Sylar and Hiro. And you can see pictures of the figures. And that is pretty much the extent of the packaging. Certainly good for in or out of package display. So, yeah. Sylar. Alright, that about wraps it up for Sylar, so until next time...